Hey there, folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival. Some work was done off-screen to improve our base. Some of the things that we did was add a couple of solar cells so that when the sun is popping around, we can get a little bit extra power so we don't have to rely on the hydrogen engines as much. Also, as you can see, a relatively large improvement is adding some connectors to both the mining ship and the station itself, so we can export all of our materials a lot quicker than doing it by hand. Also, I added one extra hydrogen tank and one extra oxygen tank. Oxygen tank there, hydrogen tank there. And as you can see, we are fresh out of hydrogen. I believe we have plenty of ice, though. And the reason it's not breaking down the ice right now is because our oxygen is full. But as soon as our oxygen gets depleted a little bit, if perhaps we would, I don't know, fill up one of our oxygen tanks, bottles, or maybe even decided to make an airtight room and fill that with oxygen, it would start breaking down the ice again. But as it stands right now, it's going to be like that for a while. Alright, I also moved the ship out of the way so that when the sun is over here, it hits the solar panels without this casting shade on it. Also, one other thing is, while I was doing all this work, we were consistently under attack by the pirates. And not only were we under attack by the pirates, a lot of the drones failed to, well, make their way to us. They kind of got stuck on the asteroid. If I can find them, I believe it's just straight up over here. And yeah, there is a minefield of dead drones here. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 drones and nope, 12.
Storm inbound.
So there were more drones, but I did grind some of them away. So there's quite a few that just kind of sit here. I ground away all of the reactors because, well, they're very valuable because they have uranium in them. So that's why they're all unpowered right now, is I ground away their reactors. But one thing that we could do that might be valuable is make a grinder ship so we just can fly over to them and grind them up. It'd be a lot more, well, time efficient to do it that way than to do it by hand, travel back to the station, empty our inventory, and that sort of thing. So I think we're going to actually do that because I don't think the onslaught of drones are going to stop anytime soon. So we should probably prioritize that as we will get our resources back. And yes, there's plenty of debris because some of the drones did manage to make it across the asteroid, and to us they just got obliterated by our cannons, and they spread their scrap metal absolutely everywhere. So free resources, I guess. So I'm not going to complain about that. Really hasn't harmed us much, other than I think one of them kind of sort of face planted in the front of this ship, but it bounced off. I don't even think it caused much damage. Nope, doesn't look like it. Cool. Alright, well, what we're going to do then is we're going to build a grinding ship over there. And all of the resources are no longer on that ship, so I gotta remember they're all over here. And as you can see, we have a decent amount of uranium ingots from all those ships that were abandoned, or rather crashed on the asteroid. So let's get some equipment. We're going to need some steel panels, probably a good solid 250 of those. Probably going to need some interior plate just for placing down blocks. We're not going to actually be finishing them. Probably another 150 of those. Bunch of construction components, 150 of those. And take some small steel tubes. some computers, and some motors. Actually, we'll need some thrust components. We'll take all the thrust components, and where are the motors? 50 of those.
Meteor storm inbound.
And we got a meteor storm inbound. Cool. And we'll probably want some metal grids because we're going to need a cargo container. I'm not sure if we'll need a large cargo container, but I think we're going to build a large cargo container anyways, even if we don't necessarily need one. Alright, let's fill up our energy. And once we grind away those ships, I think it might be prudent to take a look at that salvage station. That's definitely on our radar and on our list of things to do. It's been on our list of things to do for a while, but we just don't have anything to really go look at it. But we will as soon as we have enough thrust components and reactor components to make a large reactor, because I would like to make a large ship before we do that. And alright, well, I'm not going to go grind away stuff right now. Let's go build something. It just needs to be relatively rudimentary. So let's go into our blocks. We're going to need a cockpit, some light armor, a large cargo container, and a conveyor and junction. So we have a conveyor junction. Now we need a straight conveyor tube. We will need some, well, landing gear, obviously. A reactor. Not a large reactor, a small reactor will do just fine. And what else shall... Well, obviously we're going to need some grinders. Okay, so let's start off. Well, that's a little bit big. That's more like it. You know what? It's that time of the episode again. You know what time it is. So this is what we have come up with. It's a basic grinding ship with 2 grinders, one on each side. We decided to use some of the thrusters from the Sparks of the Future DLC as they look pretty cool. Thought I'd give them a try. I personally really do like this particular cockpit as it gives you lots of visibility and it looks pretty neat and it has some good information in it too. And we have 3 nuclear reactors connected via conveyors. We have 4 batteries, 2 gyroscopes, a bunch of thrusters, and a large cargo container with a connector at the end. There is no landing gear on this, as we really don't need to land it. We'll probably just park it on one of the connectors if we ever need to, say, shut the ship off. But that is the ship, so let's take it out for a whirl. And yep, everything's working. So let's give it a shot and see if we can't grind up some of those ships over there. In fact, there was a ship over here, was there not? There it is. I'd like to give this a test run. This is a very quick ship. And let's see how she runs. Ooh, yeah, it's grinding pretty well. Alright. One thing that might have been useful is a gravity generator to get all the bits and bobs to, you know, go down or hit an asteroid or something like that, but I can see that being an issue with the things we're trying to grind running away from us. But I think it'll be worth its weight. It'll be a lot easier than grinding everything by hand, that's for sure. This is going to be a really quick ship. Oh, look at all that debris. Holy man. There's just like a ton of it. And there's uranium in there, so I'm going to grab the uranium. Yep, there it is. It's like this ship got absolutely obliterated. And we got some cool stuff out of it. Yeah, this looks like it almost got hit by an asteroid or something. It's entirely possible. It just turned into a bunch of scrap metal. Oh no, that's by our base, so I wouldn't doubt it at all if that's caused by our Gatling cannons. Alright.
Meteor storm
So
inbound.
let's go and grind up some ships. Yep, more debris. I might want to put some more retro thrusters on this. It doesn't like slowing down that much. There we go. Grind it away. This actually grinds away a lot quicker than doing it by hand, too. Definitely a better way to do it. However, parts do like to go flying. So you know what? I'm going to catch back with you guys once we're done grinding up most of this, and we'll show you what loots we got. Come back here. There we go. So I am coming back to you guys because, well, we started getting under attack by some of the new arrivals, so I think we may need to put a gun on this if we are to continue doing salvage. It would make sense. I mean, sometimes salvage is not the safest thing to be doing. Oh man, I really do need some extra thrust on here. When the cargo containers are a little bit full, it certainly has some weight to it. Anyhow, yep, looks like that ship that was following us, that did some damage to me, is dead. It looks like it turned into debris, and I think I need to go up to the survival kit and heal myself up. And we'll go take a look in the cargo container and see what kind of loots we got from the, well, short amount of grinding that I did. I didn't grind for too terribly long. I think it might be prudent to get a small scouting and attack craft as well. And we have plenty of components now that we did some grinding on some of those drones over there. So let's take a look and see what we got. We have a bunch of computers. Wait, that's in the connector. Let's take a look at see what's in the cargo container. A bunch of scrap metal, as there would be. Yeah, there's lots of detector components, 15 thruster components, computers, all sorts of good stuff. I'm going to just throw this into here. I really need to get the other connector on the other side of the large cargo container up top so we can dock 2 ships at once on the station. That would be really nice. However, as it stands right now, we do not have that. Yeah, I got plenty of good components from this. Yep. Yeah, definitely need the
Meteor storm
connector.
inbound.
So, you know what? I think we are going to take, our mining ship and just kind of buzz by the salvage station just to see if there's anything interesting there. Just to see what it looks like, what the defenses look like. We'll be going at a pretty quick clip, so I don't think they'll be able to hit us with anything else. We're not going to get too terribly close. So that's, I think, what we're going to be doing next on the agenda. Well, if we are to explore the salvage station, or rather try to see what's over there, we need a reconnaissance craft, and that's exactly what I whipped up. This is a very, very rudimentary reconnaissance craft. It's got some Gatling cannons, some thrusters. It's meant to go quickly. It actually is relatively heavily armored for a small ship, as I used heavy armor on it. And all of the main components are hid inside here, which is inside the protected heavy armor. One thing that I do want to do, though, is number one, I put the spotlight on backwards, and I want to take the spotlight off because I want to put a camera on here. The camera's going to allow us to zoom in so we can actually kind of take a peek at their asteroid base, or their, not their asteroid base, but their salvage station from a distance, because this craft is not big enough to take a beating. And, well, let's just be perfectly honest, there are going to be guns on board, so we are going to want to be careful. And we're going to want to probably stay a couple of kilometers away. 1 to 2 would be my bet. And then we'll just be able to zoom in with the camera. This is a very quick ship, too. I think what we're going to do is we're going to zoom by very quickly. Hopefully fast enough that the Gatling turrets won't be able to hit us, because I know they're going to have them. And then we're going to kind of do a U-turn and kind of stay away from the station, maybe a kilometer or two, and kind of look and see where the defenses are. And I don't know if you noticed, but you can see the drones that it's sending out. Every now and again you'll see a little blip underneath there, and that's one of the drones. So this is the station. Let me see if we can view the camera. Alright, yeah, that's, it's got a couple of Gatling cannons on it. Actually, more than a couple. It's got a lot of Gatling cannons on it. It's firing at us, but that's okay. It can't hit us. Oop, let's exit. Whoop, not exit the game, but exit out of here. Alright, let's turn our inertial dampeners back on and slow down. It looks like our ship could probably use a couple batteries, or a couple more batteries, because it uses 100% of the power, but We'll do that at another time. Alright, let's get a little bit closer. I'm gonna say maybe 1.5 kilometers away. Could do 2 to be safe, but I think that'll be fine. And then we'll get a closer look. There's something over there. It probably is, I think that's a mayday, but it's a pirate mayday, so I don't really want to get too close to that. I mean, we could explore it as well. I mean, we are out here after all. And it's... we can actually just take a peek at it with our camera, see if we can see anything. I don't know, that might not be well, it's probably booby-trapped, but it doesn't look like it's very well armed. I might have to go after that. Let's see this thing. So, this base has 1 Gatling cannon there. On the top, 1 Gatling cannon there. So it looks like it may have probably, I would guess, 1 on each point. Probably 4 Gatling cannons. Let's see here. That's actually a pretty good view. So you have Gatling cannon there, Gatling cannon there. Got some hydrogen tanks by the looks of it. What else do we have? Oh, looks like we're getting some serious lag. I wonder what's going on over there. What is this? Oh yeah, look at all these drones. That's why we're getting the lag. There's a bunch of drones coming towards us. So, we can just shoot it a bit. Oh my goodness, well, that's fine. That's why we have armor. And you know what? They have some uranium that I would actually like. So let's quick grab that off them. Whoop. Did I just destroy it? I think I did. Whoops. Oh well. No big deal. And our ship is not that damaged. And let us, I think that is the mayday, so we can head over there. I'm going to try to stay away from here. Where'd that mayday go? There it is. The mayday may fire at us. It's entirely possible that there's defenses on board that are not too friendly, but we can take a look. But I am going to be very cautious, as it is a pirate mayday, which means very likely it's an ambush. But we'll see. I think there's something there. Let me take a look. Oh, that's just an asteroid. Okay. There is a Gatling cannon on there. It does not look to be operational, though. It's not moving. One thing that it's gonna be difficult to slow this down is we don't have a landing gear to latch onto it. However, we can match velocities if we absolutely must. Alright, I don't think we're getting shot at yet. Okay, yes we are. Abandon that idea. Oof. Well, goodbye, Reconnaissance Craft. That is unfortunate. Oh well. At least we know, don't touch the pirate stuff. As we don't have the equipment to, well, deal with that quite yet. Well, we got all of our cool stuff destroyed, so let's go back to our assembler and make some hydrogen and oxygen tanks because I am fresh out. So we'll have a couple hydrogen tanks, a couple oxygen tanks. What does that need? That needs cobalt. We don't have cobalt. That's fine. We can actually get an enhanced grinder, enhanced drill, and an enhanced welder. Might as well get a rapid-fire rifle while we're at it. So let's look at the inventory. We'll grab one of these. Well, we'll grab them all. But we will put 2 of those away, as we don't need them all. Alright. Well, it's kind of a bummer about our scout craft, but on the bright side, we know not to mess with that, and we didn't really lose too much. So, that's not the end of the world. Well, it looks like our hydrogen tanks are full. Whoop, let's put the oxygen in the oxygen tanks. There we go. And the hydrogen in the hydrogen tanks. It actually doesn't look like it's going to be too terribly hard to take out the base, but all we need to do is make a relatively heavily armored attack craft. I think it'll have to be a large ship, but we should be able to do that. So you know what? I think that'll be it for this episode. Thank you folks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.